So yesterday, Hypixel released the end update for Skyblock. Now in the end, there's a full-on boss fight, there's a bunch of mobs, there's a bunch of blocks you can break, there's a ton of things that I want to cover in this video, tons of new armor sets, there's a lot. Because the end is pretty new, you guys might not know about all the stuff, that's why I'm making this video. I'm going to show you guys all the armor sets, all the abilities, as you can see I have all the fragments. So, let's get into the video. Now first of all, in order to get to the end, you have to be combat level 12, you have to come from the spider's den. Combat level 12 isn't too hard to get, so just get to there, come to the end, and then we're talking. So in this video, I'm going to cover mainly the boss fight, and then the things you can get, how to summon the boss, chips to get more damage done to the boss, you know, get better stuff, all that sort of stuff. Now, when you come into the end, though, there is this one little area here. I want to get this covered before I go into all that. Just get it out of the way. As you can see, there's a book here called Dragon Hunter 1. It can go all the way up to 5, if I'm not mistaken, meaning you'll be able to deal 40% more damage to Ender Dragons if it's maxed out. You have Ender Slayer 6, you know, your blocks, whatever. This thing will basically just put you up to full HP whenever you know, are about to die. Now that we have all that's covered, if we go over to here, this is kind of the main area. As you can see, there's some Endermen there. They have 4,500 health, so this is no, like, starting area. This is definitely more of an end game area you want to be at, mid game area. You're going to teleport all the way down to there. You're going to come over to here. This is where the gate is. This is open whenever there's no boss fight. And this is it. This is the dragon's nest, as you can see. A bunch of mobs. I'm going to tell you what they all do, what they drop, and all that. Now, unlike that Enderman there is another mob here called a Zealot. Now, these Zealots are basically normal Endermen. They have more health, but there's something different about them. The thing that's different about the Zealots versus the Endermen is that they have a chance of holding an End Portal frame or an Ender chest. If the Zealots are carrying an Ender chest, basically they're just going to drop a bunch of goodies. Nothing crazy, it's just, you know, a nice little present, I guess. However, if you find a Zealot that has an End Portal frame, this means it's going to drop a Summoning Eye. You can use the Summoning Eye to summon the Ender Dragon. You need 8 Summoning Eyes in total. They are pretty rare to get, however, you can get them off the auction house, or you can farm basically just parties that are going around, forming a bunch of dragons. I was in one earlier. Basically, you place it down. You can see I placed a Summoning Eye. Now, if you want the Summoning Eye back, what you can do is you right-click with the Sleeping Eye, and then you just get it back. Alongside the Zealots, there is another creature called the Watcher. The Watchers obviously have a bow, and they have a small chance of dropping the Endstone Bow. The Endstone Bow does 140 base damage, and the ability is called Extreme Focus. Personally, I don't recommend going for the Endstone Bow because you can just get a Runean's Bow, which is like way better for the boss fight because it's got 3 arrows, does more damage. You get the point. It's still a good bow, but go for a Runean's Bow instead. So alongside the Watchers, there's also another mob here called the Obsidian Offender. They're very fast, as you can clearly see, and when you kill it, you get a bunch of obsidian that can sell for a lot. What's interesting about the Obsidian Offender is that when you kill it, they have a small chance of dropping an Obsidian Chestplate. An Obsidian Chestplate has a whopping 250 base defense. It's slightly higher because of Protection 5. You get some nice health if you go with 5 on it. What's good about the Obsidian Chestplate is because it has so much defense, what you can do is you can make it like your defense piece, where all your other armor pieces are basically armor pieces that grant you health instead of defense. Also, another thing I want to mention is that if you kill these Zealots or the Endermen, they have a chance of dropping Ender Armor. If I go to the Auction Master, I go to Armor, I type in Ender. There's obviously a bunch of Ender Boots here. They might not seem good, which honestly alone they're not. However, when you're on the End Island, all the stats are doubled, meaning instead of getting 105 health, you get 210, or, you know, instead of 75 defense, it's 150. So this is kind of like a good starting set for the End Island. So now that I've showed you guys all the mobs, I'm going to show you guys a full boss fight, and then after that, I'm going to show you guys what all these armor sets are, you know, this one here, what the best ones are. I'm going to show you guys a few tips, and, you know, things like that. I fought like 8 dragons today. It was pretty fun. So, yeah, shout out to the people who helped me with that. They'll be in the description. But let's roll the boss fights and the tips afterwards.
Sorry,
All right,
stupid.
go.
Bro, shut up.
No.
There we go.
That
You
makes
wanna
sense,
put my
right?
spot? Oh, you have my spot as well. Okay. Did you splash already?
Yep.
I'm gonna go.
Firing, bro.
Oh, it's unstable.
Oh, easy unstable fragments.
Oh my lord, my critical potion didn't land.
Nice. Bro, this thing is fast.
Nah, have you seen the young dragon?
No.
That thing's so fast. No, it's gonna shoot that at me, isn't it?
Oh my god. I can get up to the top though.
I mean, XX Cyber.
I'm at the top, I'm at the top.
Bitter.
How much damage do you have done?
700k.
What? I'm
Same.
only 300k.
Same. I don't know, I have 700.
Yeah, I've been first, like, with 2.5k damage each
How?
dragon I fought. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing special.
Are you only using a bow?
Yeah.
I can't see it half the time because I'm all the way across the map.
Yeah. I don't know, being in the middle is the best.
That's why I stand in the middle.
Yeah, this is
I'm at the very
Standing in the
top.
middle is kind of dangerous too, though.
Peace.
Oh, I'm
Oh, I'm on
I
half a heart.
died.
I'm at
I got
2 hearts.
47 HP.
100. Got the crystal.
I died.
The gate's almost dead.
I'm
How
gonna
much
die.
damage do you have?
Oh.
Oh, almost.
Where did it
Bro,
die
if
at?
I-
Oh, it's right here.
Nice, deal.
What'd I get? Anything
8.
good?
Oh, I got a
I
dragon
got-
chest plate. I got a dragon chest plate. Is that
Unstable
good?
dragon helmet. Unstable dragon helmet.
Nice.
And unstable dragon
Oh my
legs.
god, this chest plate's
Wait,
actually
what?
good. It's legendary.
Look at me. Look at.
So now that you guys have seen the boss fight, I'm going to tell you guys a few tips to get the better stuff, like all these different dragon fragments, this maxed out dragon armor. It's honestly OP. There are a few ways to get better items. First of all, you want to deal more damage. You're going to get a higher chance to get better items, just like these ones here. I mean, these are kind of standard. I only have 1 of them each. Generally, you might get like 6 or 8, but also, apparently, if you get the very last hit, you might get better stuff. And if you put the most eyes on the little portal behind me, you also have a chance of getting better stuff. The last 2 are more like speculative. I definitely know that dealing more damage will get you better stuff. One thing you also want to do is you want to bring some potions. As you can see here, we're all splashing the potions. I have critical, I have strength, and I have archery. Good potions to use. Get those. One important thing to note is that you can only have 3 potions effect applied at once. Besides that, as you can see, all these fragments here, I want to show you guys what all the different armor sets are. So as you can see, it says right click to view recipes. If I go to, for instance, unstable, and I right click it, I can create an unstable dragon helmet, leggings, of course, boots, and I can do this for all these. So there's wise dragon armor, protector dragon armor, young dragon armor, old dragon armor, superior dragon armor, and strong dragon armor. These are all legendary, of course, you know, legendary, so you get all the reforges like that. I'm going to compare all of them. So first of all, these armor sets obviously come from different types of dragons. The dragon fights are pretty similar. Some are like faster, some deal slightly more damage, some deal a bit more lightning damage, things like that. I'm not really going to go into those. So first of all, one common variable across all these dragon fragments is that you're going to be getting at least 120 HP and 160 HP on the chest plate, 100 HP, 140 defense on the leggings. There's always a minimum amount of health and defense you gain. You're going to be getting a lot of health and defense if you wear any of these sets. Obviously, it's your legendary set. It's supposed to be good. Another thing that I can also mention about these is that they all have something unique about them. Obviously, they're not going to add just like a bunch of duplicate armor sets. They are similar, but they have their advantages and disadvantages. The first one here is strong dragon armor. As you can see, with this set, you're basically going to be getting an additional 100 strength if you wear the full set, so 25 strength each. This is base damage, of course. What also is good is that it improves the aspect of the end ability, so if you're still using an aspect of the end for whatever reason, it is slightly better. You teleport further. The speed effect lasts for a bit longer, and you get some strength along with it. So that is that set. If I go to the superior set, this one here will basically give you a little bit of strength, a little bit of crit chance, a little bit of damage. In my opinion, this is the best armor set because alongside the additional damage you deal, you get more health and defense. As you can see with the superior set, I gain 150 health, 190 defense for, you know, the chest plate. If I go here to the old dragon set, I only gain 150 health and 160 defense. Keep in mind that superior is also the rarest dragon. When I was actually fighting it, J.R. Varman was in my lobby and he told me that only 2 have been spawned so far, so most rare dragon, but you get the best armor in the game. Now that I got that out of the way, the next dragon set is Young. Young is one of the easier dragons to kill. It's very fast though, less health. This one is pretty simple. Basically, you get a full set bonus that gives you 70% walk speed when you are full HP. Also, you get a little bit of speed from everything, so 7% speed increase from every single armor piece. Another set here is Protector. If I go to Protector, the interesting thing is that, you know, you have the standard health and defense, but the full set bonuses, for every missing percentage of HP, you gain +4 defense because it's 1 plus for each armor piece, so +4 total. That means if you are 1000 HP and you are 1000 defense, you're going to obviously be at that. But if you're at like 1 HP, you're going to be at 1400 defense. It's just not really worth going for the set. Obviously, if you have it, it's good. It's a dragon set, but it's not my favorite. Next one here is Wise. Wise is kind of the set for people who like a lot of intelligence. Obviously, for every single piece, you gain 50 intelligence. And keep in mind, this is not reforged. What I've been told is that if you reforge this with actual Wise, you gain another 100 intelligence, which means you can have 150 intelligence for every single piece. It's actually called Super Wise or something like that, so that means this can basically be like magma armor, but with defense, because magma armor grants you a lot of health and intelligence, but it grants you very little defense. The full set bonus is that all abilities cost 50% less mana. So for instance, my Burning Souls here on my Pigment Sword, it costs 70 mana. If I'm wearing the full Wise set, it's only going to cost 35 mana. But yeah, that's the Wise armor. It's just for the people who want to be smart and use abilities a lot. One thing about all these sets is that they kind of have different playstyles, you know, they go for those. One thing about all these different sets is that they kind of fit different playstyles. So like the Wise set is for people who like using mana more and abilities more. Protector set is for people who almost die a lot. Young Dragon is for people who, you know, want speed. Old Dragon is for people who want a lot more health. And for instance, if I go to Unstable, which is what I'm using, I actually get more crit damage and a higher crit chance. So I didn't really want to go for this one. It's still good. I would have gone for, what is it, Superior instead. Because with Superior, I still get crit damage and strength, but I also get more health. So, wish I would have gotten that, but I'm definitely not complaining. Now, obviously, those are all the armor sets you can get. However, there is a few other drops that you can get. Actually, only one. There is a sword called the Aspect of the Dragons, which basically, when you kill the dragon, there's a sword you can get, which is very rare to get, by the way. It's called the Aspect of the Dragons. This sword is actually better than the Pigment Sword by a little bit, so if you guys want me to go for that, I will do it if we hit 3,000 likes on this video. I will try to have that sword unlocked by next week if I get that many likes. Another item I want to show is these crystal fragments. So if I right click it, I can view the recipes. There's a thing called a catalyst. If I'm thinking correctly, this is a minion upgrade where you get 3 times the materials for a week and 2 days because it's real life days now. Also, there's crystal armor that's really bad. Don't go for it. You get some defense, but it's not really worth going for. I mean, it's kind of cheap because the way you get these things is you shoot the end crystals whenever you're fighting the dragon, so just shoot all them. As far as I know, that is basically all the items you can get from the boss fight. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Of course, I'll be covering more Skyblock content on the channel, as always. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!